female figure on the gate. Given the age of the symbols, it could be the Sun Queen.
Himiko. Are you sure you're not channeling Sam, Dr. Whitman?
Who knows what else we might find? Well, there's no doubt Himiko had power. Some say shamanistic, elemental.
A woman wields that much power, and sooner or later it gets called witchcraft.
We shouldn't discount anything, even what may seem to us irrational. We still have much to learn about the world.
You sound like my father.
It could be one hell of a story, Lara.
Not if we don't live to tell it.
No rest for the weary, Lara. Let's go. Incredible. Oh, it is Himiko.
But look, the bowl, the candles. Why is she still being worshipped?
This island, it must have once been part of Yamatai. You were right, Lara.
The Lost Kingdom.
It's like finding Atlantis.
But this is real, Dr. Whitman. We're not standing on a myth.
No, we're standing on a gold mine.
Come, quickly. Your friends are hurt.
Yes, probably by them.
Get back.
They can't be trusted. You still have a gun.
I don't want any trouble.
No.
We'll come.
No.
But I insist that afterwards you take us to whoever's in charge.
What are you doing?
Be quiet.
No!
I'm handling this.
No!
No! Please!
Get off!
Just go along with them, Lara. Do whatever they say.
Дай меня пистолет. Иди. Пошла.
Who are you people? What do you want with us?
Lara!
If they give you any trouble, kill them.
Don't hurt them,
I
please!
said, silence her. А ты ведь хорошенькая, да? Напоминаешь мою сестру. Round them up! Round them up! Don't you fucking move! Kill them all!
Okay, so he said, don't move. If we don't move, we'll be fine. Okay. Just gonna not move, and we're gonna be okay. Okay, new plan. This time we'll move. I think that Russian guy may have been a bad guy, so listening to him may not be a good idea. Because in this section we have no weapons, our hands are bound, and we can't defend ourselves. If we get spotted, we get killed. So, don't want to get spotted. The stealth here is a lot like in the Metal Gear Solid series, in that the guards have no peripheral vision, and you can be right behind them, and they will never notice you. So you just have to sort of wait for them to go by a little bit, and then you can really just sprint right behind them.
What do you see?
Nothing. This one's clear. Keep moving up the mountain. Kill the rat.
Любишь играться в прятки, малышка? Думаешь, удастся спастись? No one escapes. Out! Вылезай! Не трать моего времени! I always find Она тоже была порядочной стервой. Собака! На меня!
well, it looks like he won't be a problem anymore. Ever. A bullet to the head would kind of do that. The only thing that kind of keeps this part from being important, really, is that the people that were running away with us, we don't really know. Like, we'll never get a name for these people. They're just kind of there. It doesn't really work, maybe as well as they thought.
Got another one. She went down over there. Is she dead? I don't know. Outsider, we know you're here. There's nowhere to run. Shit, got it.
Now, thankfully, bullet time does not make that many appearances, and the shaky crosshair here also doesn't return. It seems like they only really have it when you kind of have a light shining in your face, so they feel the need to slow down time to give you time to recover, I guess. Either way, I'm glad it doesn't show up too much, because it kind of ruins the pace.
Find anything?
So, combat in this game is pretty much unavoidable. There may be a handful of places where you can sneak by, but for the most part, you're gonna have to kill your way through everybody. And thankfully, this game does reward stealth by giving you silent kills that you can use your bow to do. If you hit an enemy and they, haven't been alerted to your location, as long as it's not an arm or a leg, you'll kill them. And as long as you don't kill them in front of other people, you can get through an entire section without them calling in reinforcements, which is really beneficial when you're kind of low on ammo.
So what came in? Another tanker?
Nah, looked like some kind of research ship.
Should be some good stuff then.
We'll find out soon. We got a crew towing it in now.
Think we'll get any new recruits out of this bunch?
Fuck, man, I don't know. Better for them if they just die now.
How do you figure?
Well, how long's the last batch been in the pit?
I don't know. A few weeks?
Yeah, and they're probably starving by now. Nothing but blood and piss for days. Come on, what do you think's gonna happen if we throw one of those new ones in there?
Shit.
Yeah, eaten alive.
Now, it's just as easy to stealth kill them while they're talking, but I like to wait for them to kind of walk away from one another so I don't accidentally alert one while I'm killing the other. But if you stealth kill both of these guys, it'll trigger a third to come down the ladder, and it kind of lets me show that if you attack an enemy on a ladder, or if they're sort of any distance off the ground, it's an instant kill. Apparently these guys can't survive any sort of decent fall, so if you hit them, I think really anywhere while they're up in the air, it'll take care of them.
Lara, are you there?
Yes.
I can see smoke coming from the old ruins. Are you okay?
Oh God, Roth, I'm in trouble. They're killing people.
What? Who?
Men. I don't know why. I had to kill some of them. I had no choice.
That can't have been easy.
It's scary just how easy it was. You've got to warn the others, Roth.
Don't worry about them right now. You just do whatever it takes to get to me, Lara.
I'll try.
So now that we have a bit of a break in the action, I wanted to kind of explain more of the backstory of why everybody was looking for Yamatai. And it has a little bit to do with Sam and finding her ancestor, Himiko, but it has more to do with Whitman and his television show that's sort of an archaeology, I guess it would be like a Discovery Channel based sort of thing. It's into its second season and it's kind of facing cancellation, so for Whitman, it's do or die with this whole Yamatai shit. So when Lara comes along and is kind of overruling his authority, he justifiably gets a little angry with her. But the way that he's treated in the game is he's more of a one-dimensional coward, and that's sort of it for his character, which it feels a little empty that that's all that he has. You know, his backstory allows him to be a little bit deeper, to have a little bit more of a resentment for Lara, but you only ever see him looking out for himself and his survival, which is sort of understandable, but rather boring at the same time.
The thing about nightmares is sooner or later you wake up. But there's no waking up from this place, which means I'm really here. I'm really doing these things. No, don't think about it, Lara. Not now. It won't help. I don't know what's happened to the rest of the crew. I hope they're okay. They have to be. They have to be. I don't know what the hell is going on here. All that matters is that Roth finds a way to get us home.
So, while Lara was talking, you may have noticed the giant screen telling us that we have unlocked fast travel. Sort of really early in the game, because we don't have too many places to go to, but we can now travel to any base camp that we have previously been to. We can't go to any day camp, but there are more than enough base camps in the game that does not matter at all. We also have a few things that we can upgrade, so we'll just take care of that really quick, and we'll be on our way.
Days have passed since the plane crash. For a second time, we attempted to escape by boat, with disastrous results. I knew it would happen, just like the first time. The calm sea turned hostile with no explanation. The moment we made for open water, the winds picked up, followed by an impossible wave. Like a child's toy, our lifeboat was smashed violently into the rocky shore. Now, 2 more lie dead, and another is wounded beyond help. The others are starting to panic, and they're looking to me for a plan. I do have one, but it doesn't include them. They're weak and stupid, a liability in this place. I suggested they make another attempt to leave, but I won't join them. To do so would be suicide. This is clear to me now.
Great, so Matthias is crazy, Sam is gone and probably with Matthias, Whitman is gone, everyone else that we haven't really met yet is gone, everyone's trying to shoot us. It's not turning out to be such a great day.
Just got word from the West Beach. Looks like a smaller group escaped into the lower forest.
Maybe we get a hunting party down there.
No, Father Matthias went himself. Told us to stay out.
What? Why?
I don't know. Maybe another girl for the ritual. We'll know more by tonight.
There's a bloodbath down there.
Vladimir's in charge. What'd you expect? He loves killing.
What's Father Matthias have to say about it?
Not a damn thing. The Russians have been with him forever. He trusts them.
So that means they can break the rules?
They make the rules, brother. Just follow along. Keep your head down.
I'm gonna check things out below.
Oh no, great, now he's walking over here. As long as I can get a shot off before he looks at me, great. So this is what I was trying to avoid, is alerting everybody to my location. Because now, everybody that, you know, I could have faced one-on-one or just stealth killed, they're now going to all come at me at once. And there's a guy up the top of those stairs who is able to snipe me even though I'm behind this rock wall. So taking care of him is now a priority. which gives the other guy enough time to sneak around and potshot me. So it is definitely to your advantage to stealth kill as many people as possible, because when they get alerted, it kind of gets a little frantic. Now, they did mention a guy named Vladimir who was leading the groups down below, and that was the same guy that we sort of shot in his face and killed kind of violently. So we're not going to be dealing with Vladimir. And, well, neither will the story, because that's really like the last time he's ever mentioned. I think he gets an offhand reference later, but that's it for him. And the game designers kind of tried to make him a bit more important because he's the first person that you kill. I guess for Lara it's the first person she ever kills, but it's sort of, it's a last resort sort of thing, but it's never identified earlier in the game that Lara is, you know, really against killing. And, you know, as a player, you've likely played games like this before, so it doesn't really affect you at all. You know, I get that they try to do something different with it, but it's the same old thing, and it doesn't really work as well as they might want it to. But at least they're trying. I'll give them credit for that.
She's in here somewhere. Find her. Capture or kill? Kill her! She's too much trouble. What was that? Quiet! Quiet! You two, check that side.
Now, stealth kills with the bow and arrow are one way to stealth kill them, but there's actually a second kind. And that's if you can sneak up behind people, you can just sort of get an instant kill immediately. It is a lot riskier because it takes a lot longer, and this guy right here could have turned around at any second to see me, so I really don't think the risk is worth it there. And I don't think I ever use stealth kills like that in the rest of the game, because getting up close to people like that is way too risky. It's better to just sit back and shoot them. Now, getting stealth kills on these three dudes can be really difficult because they tend to notice almost immediately when the others have been killed. So you need to act pretty quickly to get them all. Unfortunately, though, there seems to be a trigger, regardless of how well you're stealthing people, for these next two to show up. And one of them, you know, this guy's really easy because one shot and, you know, he's gone. But this guy is the real problem. He's an enemy type that will become a lot more common as the game goes on. And his main focus is to flush you out of cover with Molotov cocktails. And it works really well, but when you're being pinned down by enemy fire, it can be pretty obnoxious to see these guys come up. Because, you know, they will flush you out, and then you'll be killed pretty quickly. Thankfully, he's only sort of introduced here, so we won't have to worry about them for a while. And when I say worry about them, I mean, you know, not until they start coming out in waves. But we are at the top of this mountain temple village sort of thing. I'm not really sure what it is. So the only thing left to do is collect stuff.
A silk fan. Could have been used by a villager or a noble, maybe.
So now that we've got a little bit of a break in the action again, I'd like to talk about Sam, who, you know, we're told has been friends with Lara for quite a long time, but in the game we're never really told much more about their relationship. When Sam was growing up, she had Portuguese and Japanese parents and did a lot of traveling and switched schools almost constantly. So she kind of started to act out, and when her parents kind of got fed up with it, they put her in a boarding school. And it happened to be the same one that Lara was in. So the two got to know each other there, and when they both went off to college, they went to the same place, where Sam studied to be a documentary filmmaker and Lara to be an archaeologist. And after college, they both went to work on the Endurance, which is about the time that Whitman came along with his TV show.
It's a gone by. Used by samurai to relay orders to their soldiers in battle. Pretty solid. Must be made of stained cypress.
And all of that has led to us being shipwrecked on an island in the middle of the Pacific with a bunch of crazy people.
When we washed up on this rock, the rain and wind pounded us for days. We couldn't build shelter or forage for food. Christ, we couldn't even move. It was like some enormous hand was holding us down. Just as the storm was finally breaking, Father Matthias came to us. He was calm and soft-spoken. He seemed to know us, our names, where we were from. He spoke to us in our native language, and we listened. And as we listened, he told us the truth of this island. He offered us a choice, salvation or death. Some chose to defy him, and without hesitation, he killed them then and there. Father Matthias didn't seem malicious or angry, just calm and decisive. As I stood there in the sand, wet with the blood of my comrades, I knew I could never refuse him.
So, before we leave, I just want to do a really quick check on the map to make sure I got everything, and it looks like I did, so we can move forward. And with fast travel, we can always come back if we need to, but I prefer to just kind of complete each area as we go.
I can do this.
God's got nothing to do with it. It's good to see you two, girl.
Sorry, they did a real number on your leg.
No, looks worse than it is.
Have you heard from any of the others?
Nothing.
Wait, what are you doing?
The wolves took my food pack. The transmitter from the lifeboat's in it. If we don't get that back, we're not getting off this bloody island.
You need bandages, morphine, antiseptic.
And also in the pack.
Shit.
Exactly. Come here. Come on. Oh.
Oh no. No! Oh, don't do this to me, you northern bastard. Thank God he's still alive. Wolf tracks. Oh God, what am I doing? The pack's up there somewhere.